Welcome to where heroes and history are made. It's where the 2008 title was decided in the final corner, and just 1 year later, Jenson Button stormed through from 14th on the grid to claim his one and only Drivers' Championship. It's time then for the São Paulo Grand Prix. Interlagos, always a very special race here in Brazil, is a 2.7-mile circuit with 9 lefts and 6 rights for a total of 15 corners. The fastest lap today should have an average speed of around 135 miles per hour, if of course the weather stays dry until the end of the Grand Prix. It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. Pierre Gasly lines up on pole position, just ahead of George Russell, who starts this event from P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Oscar Piastri, Button, Verstappen, Perez, Leclerc, Sainz, Ocon, Stroll, Magnussen, Teo Porcher, Joe, Sato, Tsunoda, Liam Lawson, Ricciardo, Drugovich, Albon, Sargent, Norris and Cartwright. And now it's time to head down to the track. Joining me for today's race once again is Anthony Davidson.
And they can do it for sure, as long as they don't dwell too much on the position. At the end of the day, there's only one way to go racing, and that's to give it everything you've got. Either your best is good enough to stay in the hunt, or it's not. There's no point giving any less than 100%.
Here we go then, the formation lap is underway, and the track temperature looks warm. That may or may not play into some of the team's hands for today's race. We're almost ready to take the start of the race as the cars take their positions on the grid, with the drivers and teams making their final preparations. superb São Paulo Grand Prix comes to an end then, and it's a thoroughly deserved victory. What do you think it was, Ant, that gave them the edge over the competition today?
I think the key here was just the quality of the racecraft, you know? I mean, how many overtakes did they make overall? I'm sure we have a stat person keeping score somewhere, and it was fantastic to watch, wasn't it? This is a strategic sport at the end of the day, but it's always really gratifying to see close-fought battles on track. It's what all the fans are after.
A show-stopping performance from the three drivers approaching the podium right now. It's been an interesting Grand Prix, that's for sure. So let's have a quick look at how the drivers' standings have changed. Cartwright takes over the lead in the Drivers' Championship. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I have to give it to Cartwright.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. The owner drivers team moved to the top of the table. There is also a strong showing from the Mercedes team today as they make their way up the standings. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.